this is Becky. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry, my camera overheated, so I'm going to pick up where we left off in the first video talking about angels. So, we are working with angels that offer you the opportunity to develop wisdom, strengthen self-understanding, and overcome obstacles by connecting with your inner light, which is a direct pathway to God. As you integrate your body, mind, and spirit into one cohesive entity, you raise not only your own vibrational rate, but also the vibrational rate of the whole of humanity and the earth itself. The term vibrational rate, vibrational frequency, or state of consciousness means the frequency of brain activity in the cerebral cortex. As we raise our vibrational rate, our goal is to achieve finer states of brain activity, spirituality, until in complete silence we experience unity with God. Subtle energy has its own spiritual laws, which are activated as our vibrational frequency is raised. The cerebral cortex produces thought by using energy in the form of photons. This action takes place on a quantum level. Some researchers have speculated that the two hemispheres of the brain become completely balanced in higher states of consciousness, which is vibrational frequency, and this brings on states of bliss. Reconciling heaven and earth. When we invite the angels into our lives, we evolve spiritually by reuniting heaven and earth within. Angels await our call. They are longing to help us in everything we do in this life and beyond. There is no task they cannot help us with. In fact, angels are completely dedicated to helping humanity spiritually as well as in practical ways. Angels are obedient to cosmic law, which means that they give of themselves unstintingly, and they are duty-bound to direct the mystical love of God toward each one of us. They assist us in raising our own vibrational rate, which ultimately helps to reunite us with our own God consciousness, which, once we've experienced it, it is so transformative that there is no going back. Now, I've done a previous video where we talk about how to raise your vibrational rate and how to get in alignment with the angels. So I'm going to go ahead and skip over to the angel hierarchies. We have 7 heavens. Although angels exist in every dimension, they are traditionally thought to inhabit 7 heavens, a belief that is integral to the monotheistic religious traditions, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. The 7th heaven is where God dwells, but the tradition of 7 heavens goes back some 7,000 years to Sumeria. On an ancient Sumerian stele, which is a winged being, on an ancient Sumerian stele, a winged being, an inhabitant of the 7 heavens, is depicted pouring the water of life into the king's cup. The Sumerian civilization of Mesopotamia gave birth to the Assyrian, Babylonian, and Chaldean civilizations, which in turn influenced all Near Eastern religions and angelology. The 7 heavens are the spiritual realms. Many of the names of the 7 heavens are found in the Old Testament and are derivatives of the word heaven. The first heaven, called Velon, from Latin velum, meaning veil. The first heaven is also sometimes called Shamajim or Shamayim, a common word in the Bible for heaven. This is the lowest heaven and is associated with planetary angels and angels that rule the stars and natural phenomena such as the atmosphere, wind, and water. The first heaven is ruled by Archangel Gabriel and is said to be the paradise where Adam and Eve first dwelled, and where the tree of life and the tree of knowledge grow. The second heaven, considered by some to be holding place of sinners awaiting the day of judgment. The second heaven is called Rakia, meaning expanse in Genesis 1:6, 1:14, and 1:17. Zodiac angels rule over this sphere, and fallen angels are held prisoner in this heaven. Rakia is the dwelling place of John the Baptist. In Islamic tradition, and heaven is ruled over by Archangel Raphael and Zachariel. The third heaven, Shekakim or Shehakim, means skies in Psalms 18:11 and is a strange heaven, as hell is found in its northern region. A river of flame flows through this icy land, and it is here that the angels punish the wicked. The angel Anahel rules over this domain with Jagniel, Rabakal, and Dalquiel, the three Serim, Hebrew for princess. And I apologize, I don't speak this language, so if I'm butchering these words, please forgive me. An angelic order of singing angels. In the southern half lies a paradise. This celestial garden has a gate of gold, the famous pearly gates, through which all perfected souls pass at death. 2 rivers flow through it, the river of milk and honey and the river of oil and wine. The fourth heaven, Zebhul, the lofty place in Isaiah 63:15, is ruled over by Archangel Michael. It is where the heavenly Jerusalem is located, the altar and the temple of God. The city of Christ, from St. Paul's apocalyptic vision, is a city of gold with 12 walls encircling it and 12 walls within these, punctured by 12 gates of great beauty. The city is encircled by 4 rivers of honey, milk, wine, and oil. The fifth heaven, Machchan, the dwelling in Deuteronomy 26:15, ruled by Archangel Sandalphon, is where vast choirs of angels sing God's praises by night, and God's chosen people sing his praises by day. Some of the fallen angels are also held there. The sixth heaven, Mechan, the habitation in Psalms 89:14 and 97:2, ruled by Zachiel, is where the Akashic records are stored. These record all the happenings on earth, including the deeds of every individual who has ever lived on earth, as well as their punishment or their reward, karma. The seventh heaven, Araboth, the clouds, in Psalm 68:5, is ruled over by Cassiel, the angel of solitude and tears, and one of the angels that rules over Saturn. It is the abode of God, the throne and the absolute holy of holies. The highest orders of angels, seraphim, cherubim, and thrones dwell here, and it is the home of the blessed spirits and the unborn souls. So there are 9 ranks of angelic beings. In heaven, there are many ranks or choirs of angelic beings, and various sources have compiled their own hierarchies of the angels. The Old Testament refers to princes, which are sons of God, holy ones, watchers, angels, archangels, seraphim, and cherubim. St. Paul writes in the New Testament of principalities, thrones, might, and domination and powers, while Pope St. Gregory I stated that there were 9 ranks of angels in heaven, the 5 from St. Paul's list, as well as angels, archangels, cherubim, and seraphim. The 5th century scholar Dionysius, the pseudo-Areopagite, had already described these. From heaven to earth, there are 3 levels or spheres of angelic influence. The first and closest to God are the seraphim, cherubim, and thrones. The second includes the dominations, virtues, and powers, and in the lowest rank are the principalities, archangels, and angels. The celestial hierarchy of Dionysius, with its 3 ranks of 3, was inspired by the work of the Neoplatonic philosopher Plotinus. No one, it seems, can agree on the ordering of the celestial hierarchies. Authorities from other Christian sources and other religions list different celestial hierarchies and even vary the order in which they're listed. The Pharisees, who were active from 536 BCE to 70 CE, upon whose thought traditional Judaism is based, believed in angels, as did the celebrated Greek philosophers Aristotle and Socrates. Aristotle called them intelligences, while Socrates had his daemon, an attendant spirit who guided him throughout his life. The great philosopher and Catholic theologian St. Thomas Aquinas, from 1255 to 1274, used the celestial hierarchy as his model when he wrote the Summa Theologica, in which he discusses God, creation, angels, and human nature. Thomas Aquinas believed that angels were pure spirits created by God to sustain the universe, and that if we ignore angels, we disrupt the very fabric of the universe. We also believe that each individual has a guardian angel, but that they come under the category of the 9th order of angels. So let's talk about Sphere 1. The first sphere contains the 3 highest orders of angels, which are the closest to God. Within this sphere are the seraphim, cherubim, and thrones. Seraphim are the highest order of angels in the Dionysian hierarchy, and also in Jewish law. Seraphim means the inflamer, from the Hebrew root word seraph, burning, and they are the angels of divine fire, love, and light. Seraphim have the power to purify us with the lightning flash and the flame. They hold the unveiled light of God and are the great illuminators. Next to God, they are the most light-filled beings in creation. Seraphim have 6 wings, surround the throne of God, and continually sing the Trisagion, a hymn of praise to God that translates as Holy, Holy, Holy. They're ruled by Archangel Seraphiel, sometimes called the Prince of Peace, and by Archangel Metatron, who presides over Kedah, which is crown on the Kabbalistic tree of life. Also listed are Jehoel, Michael, Lucifer, who before he fell from grace. The cherubim. Cherubim are the next closest beings to God after the seraphim. The concept of cherubim is Assyrian or Akkadian in origin. The Akkadian word caribou means one who prays or one who intercedes. They appear in Assyrian, Chaldean, and Babylonian art and writings, which is where the biblical prophets Isaiah and Ezekiel may have encountered them. This influence may have colored the amounts given of cherubim in Genesis and Old Testament books. The cherubim hold the energy of the sun, the moon, and the stars. The mighty cherubim are not the Cupid-like beings often portrayed in art, but instead are vast cosmic beings, ruled by Jophiel, Ophaniel, Richiel, Cherubiel, Raphael, and Gabriel. Thrones. The thrones are always in the presence of God, and in the Old Testament, Ezekiel describes them as a whirlwind, a great cloud of fire. Their wings join to one another like great fiery wheels full of eyes. They are the wheels of the Merkava and the chariot throne of God. They carry the energy of God in the form of divine justice. They allow the will of God to be made known to the ministering angels. The Virgin Mary is said to be a throne, ruled by Tzakiel, Zadkiel, Raziel, Jophiel, and Oriphiel. Okay, let's talk about Sphere 2. We have the second sphere contains the next 3 highest orders of angels, the dominions, virtues, and powers. Dominions. This order of angels, sometimes called the dominations, lords or lordships, oversees the lower angelic hierarchy and acts as a channel for God's love through the energy of mercy, wielding power without oppression. The dominions manifest God's majesty and rule over the level where the spiritual and physical realms begin to merge. Their emblems of authority are a scepter or orb carried in the left hand and a staff of gold held in the right hand. They are ruled by Zadkiel, Muriel, Yahariel, and Hashmal. The virtues. The virtues can suspend the laws of nature to work miracles here on earth. This order bestows grace and valor to mortals who need inspiration and courage. Sometimes the virtues are referred to as the shining or brilliant ones and are said to inspire the saints. Jesus was accompanied by two virtues when he made his ascension into heaven. The virtues of heaven, on seeing Jesus rise, surrounded him to form his escort. The virtues were also the midwives to Eve when she gave birth to Cain, and ruled by Uriel, Cassiel, and Gabriel. The powers. Powers are also known as authorities, potentates, and dynamis, karmic lords, who protect our souls and are the keepers of the Akashic records. They have the task of keeping demons under control. In this capacity, powers prevent demons from overthrowing the world. They are often seen as the angels of death and rebirth, because they guard the pathways to heaven and guide lost souls back onto the path to heaven. Ruled by Shamuel, Samuel, Camiel, Ertasi, and Bershiel. All right, and here is Sphere 3. The third sphere contains the last three orders, the principalities, archangels, and angels, including the guardian angels. Principalities are the guardians of nations and oversee the work of the angels below them. Participants watch over countries, towns, cities, villages, and sacred sites. Archangel Michael is said to be the principality of Israel, but other countries such as Spain also have him as their guardian too. Principalities also guide religions and religious leaders to the path of truth. They work with guardian angels to inspire us and are ruled by Haniel, Anael, Serviel, and Raquiel. Archangels are also known as ruling angels, and in the New Testament the term archangel occurs only twice, in 1 Thessalonians and in Jude. In Revelations 8:2, John refers to the 7 angels who stand before God, which is traditionally interpreted to mean the 7 archangels. The Book of Enoch names the 7 as Uriel, Raguel, Gabriel, Michael, Serachiel, Haniel, and Raphael. Other lists give different variants. Enoch saw the 7 angels before the throne of God as alike. They were also composite rather than single beings and represent countless others. They were all equal in height, had brilliant faces, and identical robes. They were 7, yet one, the unity of angels. They controlled and harmonized everything in God's creation. They controlled the movement of the stars, the seasons, and the water on the earth, as well as plant and animal life. The archangels also kept the record of all the incarnations of every human being. St. John saw 7 torches, archangels, before the throne of God, burning as one. The 7 torches are represented by the 7-branched candelabra, the menorah, in the Jewish tradition. 7 lamps, all giving out one light, the light of God. The sevenfold presence is an ancient tradition adapted by Christianity where the central light was replaced by a cross with 3 altar candles burning on either side. Archangels operate on many different levels at once since they are messengers bearing divine decrees. They direct the will of God. Ignoring one of his divine messengers is very perilous, which means dangerous. So we want to make sure that we're listening closely and following through. Angels. There are millions of angels helping in many different tasks. They guard all physical things and people. Everything in creation is looked after by an angel. Angels bring cosmic harmony and beauty to our lives. They include the angels of love, joy, courage, peace, hope, faith, freedom, and harmony. There are many references to angels in both the Old Testament and the New Testament, but they are not usually identified with a particular name. Guardian angels. Our guardian angel's task is to protect, guide, and strengthen us against the forces of evil. Although these angels are the lowliest of the heavenly powers, they are still linked to the immense planetary angels. Our guardian angel is therefore our first route to God. We all have our own guardian angel who will never leave us. Our guardian angel is appointed to us when we first incarnate. They journey with us through all incarnations, evolving as we evolve through a shared destiny. A guardian's task is to channel as much angelic light towards us as possible to inspire us in the ways of righteousness and support us against the forces of negativity. They bring comfort in our hour of need and assist us throughout life. Some Christians believe everyone is born with a guardian angel, but if the person is baptized, then their guardian's task is to bring them to God. Their guardian angel does this by praying constantly to God for their soul's enlightenment. This is why guardian angels are sometimes called the angels of prayer. Most people's first conscious contact with the angelic realm is through their guardian angel. This initial experience of an angelic presence is often tangible in moments of acute spiritual or physical danger, in moments of grief, despair, or illness, or of joyful inspiration. Our guardian angel can never override our free will or help us if we choose to ignore the offered assistance. Free will is a most sacred gift which allows us to choose moment by moment whether we align our consciousness with good or evil. Some people feel their guardian angel is actually their higher self, or as in Buddhist teaching, it is our Buddha nature, the divine spark within each individual. Guiding angels. We all have guiding angel who works with us as well as our guardian angel. Your guiding angel will change as you evolve spiritually or need to learn different spiritual lessons. Some people have several guiding angels working with them. The elemental kingdom. The children of the angels are the magical nature spirits who create abundance and balance on the earth when they are honored and appreciated. They often appear as colored lights or swirling mists. Nature spirits help us understand the rhythms of nature and our place within the world. The elementals work closely with the angels of sacred sites to help us understand what our ancestors knew instinctively, the importance of the correlations between the phases of the moon, the tides, and the seasons. Our planet Earth is a living being that is also evolving through the lives of the creatures she nourishes. The planetary angels, devas, and other nature spirits help the earth through all her stages of growth from the very beginning. Fairies. Fairies, elves, gnomes, and goblins are earth spirits and rule over the flowers, plants, trees, soil, sand, and crystals. Earth is the least dynamic and most static of the four basic elements. Earth spirits teach us how to nourish ourselves and live in abundance as co-creators in balance and harmony. This means living responsibly with regard to all life on the planet. By focusing on the powerful energy that flows around us, we bring stability and abundance to every area of our lives. Tree and plant spirits, as our ancestors knew, have the power to heal all of our ills if we choose to work with them. Simply find a tree that feels harmonious and welcoming and ask to work with its spirit essence. Mermaids. Undines and mermaids are water spirits who rule over the water and tend to the creatures that dwell within this realm. Water spirits teach us to cleanse and balance our emotions. They teach us to go with the flow by following the path of least resistance. Water can take on any shape. It is often difficult to contain and is sometimes enormously powerful. The water spirits have a great deal to teach us about adapting to different situations without losing our basic receptivity. The medium of water is receptive and carries the messages of the areas it has passed through. Water has many hidden messages and will become increasingly crucial to humanity in the years to come. Salamanders. Salamanders are fire spirits who guard the secrets of transformational fire energy. They are found in large numbers around volcanoes. Fire spirits teach us about the dynamic energy of our life force, the spark of divine fire that resides in every one of us. The force calls us daily towards the light and awakens us from our slumber. Fire purifies, burns, and destroys the old so that the new may emerge. Creative fire teaches us spiritual fortitude. The lightning flash, the ultimate fire, brings unprecedented spiritual growth and soul illumination. Silifs. Spirits of the air. Silifs carry our prayers to the angels. Air is light, flexible, and free. It is also invisible and cannot be seen except by the effects it creates. Most life forms need air to live. Working with the Silifs increases our mental prowess, intuition, communication, creative imagination, and the sudden flash of inspiration. Birds, which are creatures of the air, gladden our heart with their songs. They sing to us of the hidden beauties within creation. Devas are more evolved than the elementals, and they often work with humans, especially as guardians of sacred sites and ancient groves. They can also be found dwelling in beautiful clear quartz crystals. If you're fortunate enough to find a Devic temple crystal, it will become a great source of information. These crystals have a vibratory signature that allows us to access information for bringing heaven and earth together. They teach us to raise not only our own frequency, but that of others and of the earth. The Devas who dwell in quartz crystals can teach you about healing, both personal and planetary. The Angels of Enoch. Well, hello, little puppy. How are you? What is your name? Hi. Where did you come from? You just came out of nowhere. Oh, you must live close by, huh? You just visiting? Yeah. You gonna say hi? Hello. Oh, there you are. Okay. I thought this little guy just escaped somewhere. Is it a boy or a girl? Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a little boy.
Okay, what's his name?
Toby.
Hi, Toby. It is so nice to meet you.
Yeah, he knew somebody was here.
Yeah, he probably heard me reading.
Oh.
Do you live on the property here?
This is ours.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Well, thank you.
My name's Rebecca.
Okay.
I do a YouTube channel, so I was just reading about angels. I was like so inspired by the flowers that it.
Well, good.
Hi, Toby.
Yeah, he just was in and groomed.
Okay.
So
So now he's like, I need to say hello.
yeah, he loves
Okay.
people.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Well, I wondered who the car was, so
Yeah.
but you pulled up alongside of a tarp, and I thought, well, you knew to miss that.
Yeah.
The Master Gardeners missed it last Thursday. They're here every Thursday
Okay.
for 2 hours.
Gotcha. Yeah, I went to go see if anybody was in
Center?
the center there. Nobody was there, so
Yeah.
I was like, I hope I don't get in trouble for.
Toby, come here.
I love the signs too. The was it the love everybody? Is that what your
Oh.
signs say?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, we're blessed with a lot of good health and with the property to share. And our one granddaughter kind of manages things. And we have a butterfly day coming up a week from Saturday.
Okay.
And we just had a moss night where it was a big white sheet, but the fellow that does it shows pictures of the various things they might see and names them.
Oh, that's
And then
amazing.
they go out and see if they can find it.
Oh, that's so great. I am so grateful that you do this for everybody. This
Well,
is so beautiful.
Do you have a card or something?
I do. I have it in my vehicle. So
Okay,
yeah.
well, no hurry. You could just lay it on the counter.
Okay, that'd be great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was a special ed teacher
Uh-huh.
and a behavior specialist for people with autism for
Oh,
over
good.
30 years.
Yeah.
And then I went ahead and decided to start my own consulting business to
Well,
get
good.
to get out of the classroom and get to meet people
Yeah.
and interact with people that are, there's so much help that's out there that people just don't even know about. that I'm just trying to connect with people that, you know, might need some extra help.
Well, one of our grandsons, that the youngest of our son Brian, and Brian's a teacher at the high school on the east side, Harrison,
Okay.
and this will be his last year.
Okay.
But they have a son, Henry, who has all kinds of problems.
Okay.
And therapy twice a week, and
Yeah.
Riley has helped a lot.
Yeah.
He's tube fed. In therapy, he stands up, you know, and they're working with him to see.
Yeah, I would, because part of what I do is I partner up with the families and kind of help them come up with ideas and strategies
do.
and because not only did I teach in the classrooms and and help in the homes for 30 years, but I was also a single mom of 3.
Oh gosh.
So that had individual needs, and
Yeah.
so I know exactly how hard it can be to find people
Things.
that can help you.
Make a change or support. Or
Yeah, exactly.
Riley
So
has helped them a lot.
that is amazing. I really do believe that God brings the right people at the right time
I think.
and really helps us move things forward because there's just so many people that need help. And like you said, health is a blessing that people sometimes overlook.
Well, the couple, our son and his wife Chris, adopted 3 out of foster care.
Okay.
But they're all grown up now. So
Well,
which is neat.
that's how I feel. Like mine are all now in their 20s and almost 30,
Yeah.
and I'm at the grandma stage. So I
Right.
was like, okay, what am I going to do with myself? Well, I'm going to go out and I'm going to help people.
Well, good. Good. Well, enjoy the surroundings. That's
Thank
what it's
you.
for.
And where should I leave the card at?
Well, you went into the center.
Yeah.
Just leave it on the counter.
Okay.
That'd
Sounds
be
good.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was so nice getting to talk
Oh,
with
you
you.
too. And your name is
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
I hope you have a blessed day.
So it's Grant and Jean Hartman.
Okay.
When we moved here and bought the property, these were both cultivated sides of the road, and corn on one side and wheat on the other, and we weren't going to farm. So we ran a few beef for a while, but then we decided no. And his 2 brothers are both in some form of ecology and so forth. And they said, well, start an arboretum. And we kind of said, okay. And so they've helped along the way.
Well, they've done a fabulous job with the butterflies and everything,
yeah.
and the birds.
Caterpillars. And
Yeah.
so
It's
all kinds of
beautiful.
good things. But it's here to enjoy, and we share. Toby, you're glad to be on this side of getting groomed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, it's over, thank goodness.
Yeah, but when I saw the car, I thought, well, there's not a photographer scheduled for tonight because we get a lot of people coming and taking pictures.
Oh, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the flowers are gorgeous.
Well, and anytime is pretty, like the hydrangea bed here, but in the spring with all the magnolias and so forth and red buds and so forth, it's just another time to enjoy. And then there's a piece of property off here. We call it the stumpery.
Okay.
Go around the edge of the lake, and it's low, and so that offers a whole different look at things. It's full of red buds in the spring, or bluebells, and Lenten roses, and so
It's
that's
a whole nother, it's like a whole nother little world.
right, just right there. We scheduled an open house, and a couple nights before it rained a ton, and we had to cancel because it was just full of water.
Yeah.
You never know.
Exactly. We just take life one day at a time
That's
and
right.
see what nature does for us. So sometimes we have plans and God's like, nope.
Another plan.
Yep.
Yeah, just listen, something else will come up.
Exactly.
Well, Toby, you think you're eating your greens? Come on, Toby.
Bye,
Let's go this way.
Toby.
Hey, Toby. I can't get your attention. You ready? I know you've been spending the day at the room.
Yeah, it's time to go rest in the house.
Yeah. Well, then he was rubbing his ears, and so we thought, give him a good chance to pee.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, enjoy.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. All right, let's talk about the angels of Enoch. says there is a branch of all right, let's try this one more time. An extra canonical, there we go, writings that is rich in angelic lore. The 3 books of Enoch, attributed to the great-grandfather of Noah. The book of Enoch, or the first Enoch, survives completely only in the Ethiopic language. Second Enoch survives only in Old Slavonic, and the final third Enoch survives in Hebrew. The final Enoch book is made up of the dream visions, the book of heavenly luminaries, and the parables, or the similitudes and fragments of the book of Noah. The 3 Enoch books were written down between 200 BCE and 100 CE by various authors with differing religious standpoints. The texts were omitted from the Bible, but they have been widely quoted over the centuries by church authorities. Enoch was a key figure in both Christian and Jewish angelic lore. His vivid and detailed descriptions of heaven and his intricate angel theology may have provided inspiration to other writers. St. John's vision in the book of Revelation is a prime example. Enoch's mystical text, the Book of Enoch, opens with a dream vision in which he is asked to intercede with God on behalf of the fallen angels, those who left their heavenly home. Enoch lists all the fallen angels by name and their part in the fall. He sees fiery cherubim who are like flaming fire, and when they wished, they appeared as men. He was shown the places of the luminaries and was taken by Archangel Michael into the higher heaven and shown the workings of the universe and the whole of creation. In another section, he describes the place of final punishment for the fallen angels. There are fragments of other journeys that Enoch makes with the angels to the Tree of Wisdom and Garden of Righteousness. In 1 Enoch 70, the final translation of Enoch, we see Enoch transformed into Archangel Metatron. As Metatron, he is the most important angel in the Merkava text. His name means throne sharer or lesser Yahweh, God. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop there. Thank you for your patience as we have wonderful opportunities to just fully be present with people that come into our lives unexpectedly and meet new little fur friends and two-legged friends of all kinds. So the light in me honors and respects the light in you, and I look forward to talking with you in the next video. I hope you have a blessed day.